Hello students, welcome back to the class. So the last class we have discussed about dynamic nature of politics. Now we are going for a new topic which is called as introduction of regionalism. We will discuss what is meant by regionalism, what is called as region. We will discuss the concept now. Okay, this is quite a new concept. You can't compare it with last class. Last class is quite different concept. This is different concept. So if you see that regionalism, but before coming to the topic of regionalism, first we will discuss here India. India is a union, a group of 28 states and 6 union territories. You know that overall, okay, India have nearly 28 states and 6 union territories. Maybe now present if you see the states were more than 30 to 31. But before India was 28 states and 6 union territories, and we know that the national capital for India is Delhi. Delhi is considered as a capital of India. Second thing, if you see that Indian constitution has provided, we already have discussed that Indian constitution has provided single citizenship with single constitution. We have only one constitution, okay, our constitution is only one. Every country will have only one constitution which is called as single constitution. But we have adopted single citizenship. Single citizenship means we have already discussed that Indian citizenship means wherever if you are living or whatever the parts if you are living, we will be considered as citizen of India only. We have no state citizenship, we have central citizenship, and that is Indian citizenship. Okay, India is a very big country, children. Now for example, this is a part of India. Imagine that this is India. Okay, this is India. If you see that, if you are living in any parts of the country, you will be considered as citizenship of India only. There is no state citizenship. India is a federal state, but in America, if you see, if you are comparing with it with America, America has state citizenship, central citizenship, both the citizenship. India has only one citizenship, and that is called as central citizenship, which is called as Indian citizenship. We have only one citizenship, which is called as Indian citizenship. Indian citizenship means whatever the parts are, wherever the parts if you are living, you will be considered as citizenship of India only. For example, if you are living in Tamil Nadu, you will be considered as citizenship of India. If you are living in Gujarat, you will be considered as citizenship of India. If you are living in Sikkim, you will be considered as citizenship of India only. That is Indian citizenship. So our constitution has provided single constitution and with single citizenship. Next we will go forward. If you see that Indian society is quite multilingual, multi-religious and multicultural. So our society is mainly multilingual, multi-religion, multicultural society. What is meant by multilingual means in our society we have many languages. Okay, Indian society has many languages, we know, children. We have nearly 1652 language. If you see the recognized language, we have 22 recognized language. Okay, and we have powerful languages which are spoken from all over the world. So we are multilingual nation, we are multi-religion. In our country we have many religion, no doubt, and we have multicultural, we are following different culture. So that leads for accession of rights and duties. Sometimes because of this many culture, many religion, and because of many linguistic, okay, many languages, sometimes this leads for the accession. Forcefully we have to follow the right culture. Okay, accession is nothing but forceful statement of fact, anything which are doing forcefully, your rights are getting forced, so that is called as accessions. So as a forced rights and forcefully we have to follow the culture. Okay, so that is one point. India is a land of many country, India is a land of multilingual, multi-religion and multicultural society. So sometimes the rights are being asserted. So some languages the rights are being asserted, or some religions the rights are being asserted, or some cultural activities the rights are being asserted. This is one point. Now one more point is, if you see the phenomena, regionalism also leads for the identifications of separate unit and cultural difference. Regionalism means we can it's a combination of two things, separate unit, and it's an identification of differences in culture, then that is called as region. In a particular region there should be different culture, then that is called as region. For example, if you see that according to S.R. Maheshwari, According to S.R. Maheshwari, what she is saying that a particular territory which have a different variable and different degree, it is called as region. Region, when you can say the particular thing as a region is when it consists of two important things, when it carries different variable, when it contains different degrees, such as it contains different geographical pattern, it contains different topography, the physical structure of land, if it contains different religion, if it contains different languages, if it contains different customs, common way of worshipping, okay, common way of following or propagating anything, or common historical traditions. So then that point is called as region. A region is nothing but which contain different elements, different culture, different language, okay, different customs, okay, different traditions. So then particular thing we can call it as region. So here if you see, the region consists of different variables and different degree. So regions are mainly consists of a small part when it contains different variables and different degree, that is called as region. It contains different geography, it contains different topography, it contains different regions, it contains different languages, it contains different usage and customs, it contains common historical traditions. So then that is called as region. Now S.R. Maheshwari have led regional identities, okay, and these regional identities are nothing but a sense which belongs to the particular region, okay, anything which contain a common way of living and which contain the feeling of togetherness, then that is also called as region, okay. So whenever if you feel togetherness in a particular thing, then that is called as region. When you are finding a common way of life, common language, then that is called as region. So this is one point, okay. We will go forward. Once again we will discuss the point, okay. Introduction to the regionalism and meaning. So first we will go for the India. India is nothing but the union of state, India containing 28 states and nearly 6 union territories. In that we can find one of the union territories Delhi, which is the capital of India, okay. Now constitution has provided, our constitution has provided single citizenship as well as single constitution. So we have only one constitution which are applicable for whole the country, every country, and every citizen have to follow the constitution, okay. Whatever the laws which are there in the constitution, every citizen have to follow, they were called as constitutional law. And every country have single citizenship, means I have explained you here. So whatever the countries which you resides, okay, whatever the parts which you are living, you will be considered as citizenship of India only, okay. There is no state citizenship, even though our country is a federal state, okay. Our country is called as federal state. Even though our country is a federal state where powers are distributed between central and state government. A state which is called federal states when power vested in the hand of central and state government. Our India is a federal state, but we have dual polity. Dual polity means we have two politics, central level, state level, but we have no dual citizenship. We have only single citizenship. So whatever the states are, whatever the parts if you live within the country, you will be considered as citizenship of India only. This is one point. Now according to S.R. Maheshwari, what she is saying that a particular territory which contain different variables and different degrees. So that can be called as region. So any particular variable, particular things which contain particular territories which contain different variables, different degree. For example, a particular territories in which different language, different culture, different customs, different traditions. When everything is different, then that is called as region. Regions are nothing but which will promote a common way of life you can find and feeling of togetherness, then that is also a part of region. When you will get sentiment of, whenever the people are getting a regionalism sentiment like common way of life if they find, common language if they find, feeling of togetherness we can find, then that is also called as a concept of regionalism, okay. So children, will meet you in the next class with the next concept of regionalism. So here we have discussed about some important concept of regionalism. Regions are nothing but it should have different variables and different degrees. Variables already we have classified. First one, geography. It should contain different geographical area. It should contain different physical structure of land. The upper structure of land is called topography. It should contain different religion. It should contain different language. It should contain usage and customs, common historical traditions. So that points according to S.R. Maheshwari. So that is called as region which contain a particular territory when it contain different degrees and different variables, then that is called as regions, like geographical, okay, different geography, topography, religion, language, customs, etc. Okay children, we will meet you in the next class with a new topic. With the same topic we will continue in the next class. Thank you very much.